everyone. Welcome, one and all, boys and girls. So today I'm kind of doing this video just as almost like a very much intended for my sort of talk type things. But today we're going to be playing some Smash Ultimate Randomizer. I'm just kind of playing it out of nowhere. I wanted to have something to play while I talk about some stuff today. But I want to use a lot more of this recording that I'm doing right now to just talk to you guys, kind of talk about some stuff. Obviously, at the time that I'm recording this, an Uno video's already gone up, and as you guys probably noticed, that was a lot more run-of-the-mill. That was very chill. I didn't really... there's some stuff in that recording that I probably am going to explain a lot in this video that I'll just end up talking about, but... yeah, we're playing Smash Ultimate Randomizer, by the way. If you're not familiar with some of the randomizer stuff, I've done streams, centered around it. It just makes it so that the because it hasn't updated, the randomizer hasn't technically updated for the 8.0 version yet. I actually the spirits that will be listed will not be random. They're normally supposed to be, but the actual opponents you'll fight against and the rule sets for each spirit battle are all randomized, including when you get to like the battles where you have to awaken fighters. Those will be randomized as well, which was that's going to be pretty cool. I do a little bit of this on my own time, just experiment around with it. I also have some mods installed, so one important one of which is K. Rool is replaced with Peter Griffin. Mario is replaced with Tom from Tom and Jerry. Great stuff. I'm so glad I have experimented around with the art of the art of modding. I'm kind of just normally when I do the randomizer, I don't really like letting the cutscene play out because I've seen it so many times. But I figured I might as well let it play out, just kind of. So I can give myself some time to talk a little bit and just talk to you guys. So, as a lot of you guys are probably aware, I took a couple of days off recently. I never really explained why I did. I kind of just briefly said I wasn't feeling the best mentally. I guess naturally at the time that was kind of all I needed to explain. But I think a lot of it really had to do not with the channel or anything of the sort. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't feeling the way I was because I was having issues with the channel. I wasn't feeling stressed over stuff with the channel. I wasn't feeling anything like that. I was just kind of, there is some outside stuff that I'm having to process right now. For instance, especially as of right now, I'm really thinking about this, but technically, since I'm recording this at midnight, as of tomorrow, I'm going to be starting my first day of senior year, which it's just a big deal, man. Like, it's senior year, it's the final year, man. Like, it's a huge deal. And, even now, like, I'm not really able to just go off of, all right, got my schedule, I'm ready. Because, of course, because of COVID, a lot of stuff is different. A lot of stuff with how, a lot of stuff just based around how, I'm approaching school is different because of everything going on, I'm apparently only going to school physically 2 days a week. We don't know how virtual stuff is going to work. Our school hasn't said much about it. For those who are going physically, I mean, there is some stuff we're going to be having to do virtually, so it's a whole mess. But hopefully we can get everything with that situated out. I'm hoping everything goes fine with that. But that has actually been kind of the least of my issues. That's kind of the least of my problems as to why I didn't upload for a little bit. A lot of it actually came... a lot of it really came from something that hit me that I think I still am a little iffy about when it comes to stuff with this channel. So, again, this isn't something that I've stressed myself over, but it's more of a realization I came to that kind of saddened me a bit. And that was that, you know, I feel like now, especially given the state or given the place that I'm at with the channel, you know, I can never really go back to a sense of anonymity, which in a lot of cases, I think a lot of these changes that I've been trying to make with the more, I guess, you know, you know, the more very raw, unedited video style, you know, it's a lot of almost replicating how I used to do videos, you know? I mean, obviously, if I really wanted to replicate how I used to do videos, then I would be editing all my videos in Windows Movie Maker, random stuff like that, because I did that for like 3 years straight. And you know, again, I mean, the main things that I guess I've been trying to really home in on when it comes to, I guess, getting that sense of feeling like, you know, how I did when I first started. Oh boy, 3 shakes. A lot of the feelings of trying to, you know, feel how I did when I first started really came from just the raw, unedited style. And while also a lot of those feelings came from inspiration, due to, you know, Alpharad Plus, I've explained it a lot, but my inspiration for really homing in on this style came from Alpharad Plus, who I've talked about a lot when discussing when this change was made, you know? And I am, of course, by all means, very glad that I made the change that I did to style here on the channel. I feel like I'm gonna like end up screwing myself over here. Maybe? No, I might be good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I've made a good decision making this switch over in style of videos. It's allowed for a lot more of just motivation. More importantly, I think most importantly, it's been a motivation factor. Again, I've been so much more consistent. Again, I've taken a couple days off every now and then, but for the past month and a half, it's just, I've been feeling the grind. I've been feeling like actually doing content, and I've been feeling like being productive with it. And I do want to mention that because I'm obviously getting back into school, I can't guarantee things will be like daily uploads. Maybe you might see maybe like 2 or 3 videos a week, or maybe a little more. I don't know how that stuff's going to work with school. Again, it's senior year. Thankfully, 3 or 4 of my classes are kind of freebie classes, so it's a bit laid back. Oh, Josh. So this was one of the mods I installed. Yoshi's name has changed to Josh. I mean, if you've seen what, like, I made a video of Smash around when I started the change to the channel where played as Josh. Josh is still here. Unfortunately, due to the game updating to a certain version and me not being familiar with updating offsets of mods, I actually have not been able to what is it? I have not been able to update the Polygon Yoshi mod, which is how we kind of associated Josh. You know, we can still associate the famous name and also, you know, just all that kind of stuff, but we can't keep the skin until hopefully the Polygon Yoshi gets updated, or if I can just learn how to use the offset mod updater, which I'll probably end up doing at some point. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to switch over to Yoshi, actually. I think I'm just going to, well, I might try it. I can't confirm I'll like it, but we'll try it. But yeah, I am very glad with how you know, how much motivation and how much productivity has come out of, you know, making this change to the channel, and I'm much happier making videos than I've honestly ever been. Maybe ever since I started the channel, because, you know, when I started the channel, I really had that grind. I really had that motivation to do stuff like I do now. And the motivation that I have to do videos now is unlike the motivation at, you know, that it's basically just been some of the most motivation I've had since the channel started 5 years ago. And it's just, honestly, it's crazy. But I think one of just the main things I miss is that, you know, no matter how many changes I make that may have intentionally or unintentionally some correlation to the style of videos I made at the beginning of my channel that make it really feel like it's really just the beginning again, you know, that sense of anonymity, you know, getting that growth slowly building up like I was for 3 years until the Me Channel Corruptions video happened, that can't happen again. You know what I mean? Like, that just can't happen again. I'm gonna do Jigglypuff. Because at the end of the day, again, I've a lot of these changes that have been made with the channel have been unintentionally, for the most part, actually, recreating a lot of my feelings, or, you know, a lot of what I used to do on the channel, starting out, not really knowing what I was doing, making videos. Can I get a spike? Can I get a spike? Oh, okay, well, I didn't mean to back air, but that'll work. Yeah, I do really miss that sense of anonymity and just slowly growing up. It's like slowly growing the channel. And that's not to say that I'm not still growing the channel slowly but surely. Again, it's obviously, it's slowed down quite a bit, which I could care less about. You know what I mean? I don't let myself get caught up in statistics nowadays. I just don't do that. I think that was one of the biggest personal issues that I had to overcome when doing this change. Because a lot of this change that I made to the channel, a lot of what I did with it was that I had to have a change in mindset. I had to really evaluate, you know, how do you want to treat these videos? And, you know, I think while it wasn't the toughest decision, it was really, at the end of the day, like, it was one of those things where, because the way, if you guys used to, you know, because for a good while when I was you know, when I was in this limbo phase in terms of making the content on this channel, a lot of the content was streams, because that was, I guess, sort of the satisfying thing to do, but really speaking, it was more or less filler content. It was to fill in for the fact that I wasn't making videos. But like, if you went to my feed, no. I'm just like kind of trying to. Oh, okay. I never realized how much his tail extends during that. It was more or less, and I didn't realize this until I eventually made the change, got done making the change and stuff like that, that really those streams were made more or less as filler. And I can definitely pick out some points where it was less for filler and more for the sake of, you know, having some content there. But, you know, I don't know, man. It's real weird. It's real weird. I feel as if, actually, hold on. I'm gonna revert it back. I lost my train of thought a little bit. What I was gonna end up saying was when it came to those live streams, obviously they were a bit more filler. So again, some had actual feel to, and you know, because I used to do, and this is going to transition in what I was going to eventually tell you guys, because I can't keep a proper conversation to save my life. I'm always switching in and out. I swear I don't have, what is it, ADD? Is it ADD? I don't want to mislabel the term, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to do that, but that might possibly be the term. But I, on those streams, and this was something I was kind of self-conscious about, I a lot of the times talked about how I felt like I was really struggling with the channel. You know what I mean? I talked about that a lot. And I'm surprised, again, unless you guys just weren't open about it, I'm surprised a lot of you guys were not annoyed by that. Because trust me, I felt annoyed at myself. Oh boy, we're going to get to see Peter Griffin here. I felt really annoyed at myself for always talking about it so much. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like it was, it felt annoying to me, but at the end of the day, you know, I felt like there wasn't a lot of other people other than those who have stuck with me on the channel that I could properly talk to it about. And so I discussed stuff back and forth, and I think one thing I did really realize was that I was the one that had to put a lot more thought into it. Not that my own supporters couldn't give that proper input, and I'm very much open to saying that a lot of good proper input was given by you guys. A lot of you guys, you know, you guys played a very important part of it. But I think a lot of it, I realized this a lot more getting into, what is it? I realized this a lot more when I started realizing what I had to change. You know, it was a process that I had to think about. It was a process that I couldn't let others help me think about. It was something that I had to realize on my own. Realize where I felt things were flawed with the channel that held me back. And, you know, I've said before, a lot of the main issue was that I wasn't being real. I wasn't really being myself within the videos. I was just kind of going along, going with the flow, if you will. I don't know. Where's that going? Okay, that's suddenly there. Oh, it's for that. That makes sense. But yeah, I just wasn't being myself, and that was a lot of the big thing that I had to change, and I have changed it. I think this video that I'm doing right now, I don't know if this is maybe going to be split up or not. This might just be one big thing. I don't know, man. I don't know how. I never know how I'm going to go truly into these videos, organizing them when I record them. But, you know, this video or recording is a very good example of it, because I'm kind of opening up about a lot that I was really feeling. Oh, by the way, Sora, I was opening up about a lot of what I was feeling, or I'm opening up about a lot of what I was feeling, what I am feeling, you know, as of right now. I'm not really just powering through it. Like, I felt like I feel like this kind of stuff is really what it makes me solidify that I've made a good change to the channel, that I can comfortably talk about this stuff. And obviously, it's not gonna be, I guarantee you, this type of stuff isn't gonna be the type of content that gets me a ton of views. You know, it's probably, for all I know, it could be a more below average to view video. And you know what? That's okay. I think if really I was gonna take anything away statistically from the videos, or focus on anything statistically, it's that at least some people saw it. At least some people, you know, got the message that I was seeking through the video. It's better than no one seeing it. You know what I mean? And I think even if no one was to see the message that I'm trying to, convey during this, if somehow no one saw it, which I know isn't obviously going to be the case given my size on YouTube, I just know that I'm getting it out. I'm getting it out of my system because, again, all I've really done within the past 4 days that I was gone, was just think. I just thought about it.